I'm back. Let the bells ring and the banners fly. Anyway, I was telling you about my hack for getting off the horses safely. Because back in New York, I had 2 mishaps where I was trying to get down from horses in the up position and I fell. So the carousel at Wonderland has mirrors around the middle. And I discovered, well, first of all, I incorporated what I've learned in horseback riding class. Although when you're getting on and off a real horse, you get off on the left. But whatever you do is take your both feet down one side and you're supposed to just jump down and let them drop. But also the mirrors came in really handy because I could see how far my feet were from the floor, and that really helped. And I'm just going hand over hand with the pole to get down there gently. And that sounded crude, I know that. Where was I before my thought was derailed? Yeah, but the last time I was on the carousel, my horse stopped in front of the door so I couldn't see a mirror. But anyway, I only went on 2 rides that day. I just don't have the patience for lineups anymore, and I'm really not into roller coasters and thrill rides. My big butt won't fit in most of them anyway. But I went on what I call it, I think it's called flight school, but I call it the airplane whip because it's like the whip, but instead of cars zooming around, it's airplanes suspended from an overhead mechanism, and when they zip around the corner, they fly outward. Oh, that is so much fun. I wanted to go on again, because there wasn't much of a lineup the first time I went on it, but the second time the lineup had doubled, complete with baby strollers. That's the trouble with Wonderland. It's either families with little kids or teenagers. There's really nothing for old fogies like us. That's why I prefer Disneyland. I like to go in those rides that are where you're sitting in a little car or a boat and stuff happens all around you, like It's a Small World, or the Alice in Wonderland ride, or Peter Pan, or Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I never did get around to going on Pirates of the Caribbean or the Haunted House. Well, next time, I hope I do get to go to Disneyland again. But back to Wonderland. The carousel and the airplane whip are the only 2 rides I'd been on that day. And we literally spent about 95% of the day just trying to find a comfortable place to sit, and a lot of walking to and from each place. And we played some arcade games. Jeanette won this Garfield over here. Can you see him? Isn't he gorgeous? Oh, where was I? I got I think I have like 4 more rubber duckies. There was a machine near the kids area with duckies, and sometimes the claw would grab like 2 or 3 at a time. So I had a few doubles that I gave to Jeanette, and some that I think I'm going to put in boxes with the prizes for the convention, or what else? That's what, my words aren't coming to me very easily. I'm not as tired as I was, but my legs and feet still ache like hell. Anyway, it was unseasonably cold yesterday. It was ridiculous. I had on sandals with bare feet, and I was wearing lightweight capri pants just below the knee, and I'd thought of wearing jeans yesterday morning, but I was afraid I'd be too hot. But it wasn't very warm yesterday. I had my hoodie on. Jeanette went and bought herself a new hoodie because her zipper's busted. I thought of buying socks, but I hesitated because they looked like they'd be too small. Like the main gift shop just off the entrance, they had these white socks with the Wonderland logo all over them. I don't think I really bought anything except this here, these chocolate rocks. This is one of my favorite candies. Oh, can you see that? Isn't, wow. Those are so good. What else did I buy? Duh. Well, most of all, I was glad to be home. About 6 o'clock or so, Jeanette and I, we went to, there was a Starbucks where we could go inside and sit down, but the music was terrible. 70s classics butchered by squangy divas. Oh, sound like someone hitting a baby with a cat. And we went to customer services and we said what we explained, well, we're autistic and we're feeling burnt out and overwhelmed and our bus doesn't leave for at least another hour or two. So they led us to a room where we could sit down on a comfortable couch. There was a couch and 2 chairs and a beanbag. The beanbag looked tempting, but I knew, old fart that I am, that if I sat down on that thing I wouldn't be able to get back up. Oh, so we had Chinese food for lunch, we had a funnel cake, we each did, and boy was I glad to get home last night. Ironically, I woke up at 6 this morning because I woke up really hungry. And I had a nap at about 11:30. I got up about, just half an hour ago. Anyway, I don't think I'm ever going to Wonderland again, and I really don't want to go to any more theme parks unless it's with the Carousel convention, because the park is closed to the general public, and it's just us Carousel people who have the whole thing to ourselves. Which reminds me, on the last Carousel ride I took that day, there were rowdy teenagers. The platform hadn't started to move yet, but they were running around and changing their minds about what horses they wanted to ride. Get on the first horse you get on and stay there. None of this running around and changing your mind, because I think I felt like I spent more time sitting there waiting for them to get started than actually riding the carousel, because everyone was running around and changing their minds before they finally got going. Pick your horse, just get on and stay on. This has been a public service from the Margaret Franklin Creations Broadcasting System. Bye-bye, be back soon.